Your father was a professional killer for a very large mafia family.
Yeah, well, he was a made guy.
He was a made man.
Part of, I mean, I think you would know this, and I guess people that weren't as well versed might not, but to become that means you do have to kill someone in order to obtain that rank. So he was a made guy.
Yeah, you're not a made guy because you're it was obvious that Greg was like, dude, I told the story about Anthony DeVito. Can you please cut it? And I don't even think we batted an eye. We're like, yeah, we'll pull it down and cut it. No. But the story was,
yes,
your father was a professional killer for a very large mafia family.
Yeah, well, he was a made guy.
He was a made man.
Part of, I mean, I think you would know this, and I guess people that weren't as well versed might not, but to become that means you do have to kill someone in order to obtain that rank. So he was a made guy.
Yeah, you're not a made guy because you're super fun.
Right. They're like, his spreadsheets were incredible.
Yeah. I'm going to tell you right now, he's punctual, stays late. He's a made man.
He's got the coolest hats.
Yeah. There's a book, The Iceman, by Philip Carlo about Richard Kuklinski.
Right.
They tell this story about how he wasn't a made man, but how he started working with the families in the 80s.
Yes.
And again, you don't know if these stories are 100% true. Guy killed a lot of people, so why would he lie about this story? But he said the first time that he got in with the mob, this was the 70s, early 70s, and they're driving around the West Village, and a guy was walking his dog, and they park, and the guy goes, kill him. And they hand him the gun, and they said the reason they worked with him is Kuklinski didn't even bat an eye.
Right.
He just went out, shot the dude, got back in the car, and was like, what else? And they were like, oh, okay. I mean, it turned out Richard Kuklinski was a straight-up serial killer. Right. But that is the kind of shit you have to do.
Yeah.
Where they're like, hey, if we need you in this tough situation. How old were you when your dad died?
I was 7 months old.
So shit, my dad was like, because what were you told?
So I was told, and I think this was kind of like the luxury that I had, where it's like I didn't know who my dad, my mom had good reason to keep exactly who he was from me.
Sure.
So she had this luxury of he could be whoever she wanted him to be to sort of suit my wants.
Who was he originally in your life?
Who was he originally was all I knew when I was a kid, that he died in a car accident at 7 months old. That's what I was told.
Okay.
And any question, I think the only thing she ever told me real about him was whenever she felt like maybe she needed to. I hadn't grown since first grade. So by the time I hit third grade, this dyslexic kid, Kenny, was picking on me.
Sure.
And she was like, she made it a point to be like, your dad didn't take shit from anyone. So
what a crazy
yeah, I know.
preview to find out who your dad is. What a crazy thing to say to your kid.
I'm playing pickup in the park, and there was a guy there who I'd never seen before. And this is completely coincidental. After the game, everyone's calling me my last name. After the game, he comes up to me. He's like, your last name is DeVito? I was like, yeah. He goes, I'm your cousin from your father's side. So I was excited.
Did you know any of your dad's family?
When I was really little, my grandmother on my dad's side, which, is
his mom.
Yeah, his mom. And I think what would be a cousin, I guess. One of my uncle's kids, we would meet for breakfast every couple months, but it was nothing more than that. There was
just
no tip-offs.
How you doing?
Yeah.
Kid shit.
How
excited are you for Christmas?
Exactly.
That kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Never hey, you're not being disrespected, are you? Yeah. Dude, the way I think everyone thinks a meeting with a mafia.
The way you ordered your milk at Friendly's was a bit disrespectful.
I'm going to tell you right now, we don't do chocolate milk. We don't do chocolate anything. And you go, all right, so that racism is taught, not learned. Okay. It's not here. First thing first, don't ever fucking order chocolate milk around me again, because those fucking people. And you're like, whoa. Jesus. So you're at this basketball game and this guy just goes, I'm your cousin?
Yeah, goes, I'm your cousin. I go home and tell my mom. Kind of excited just because it is all women in my household. This is a guy, and I'm an only child.
What did he look like?
He looked like me, but he was so much, he had all the features that I have, but all more handsome.
Oh, wow.
He was 6 inches taller. His hair was perfectly coiffed.
Oh.
His eyebrows were plucked.
You go, Mom, what did you do to me? You gave me ass jeans. Look at this family. God damn, Dad came from a bunch of hunks.
He was and as someone obsessed with basketball at the time, he's a decent player.
Oh, you played with him?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know you guys were playing basketball at the park.
We were playing basketball at the park. He was a good rebounder, good fadeaway, solid jump, all these things.
Keeps a secret.
Keeps
Guy's a lockbox for secrets. So you go home and you tell your mom, I met this cousin.
Yeah.
Do you see that sadness?
Yeah, you could see, because this is the moment she had been running from ever since I was born. So you could see it all come to the surface on her face, and she got like stark white. And I had never seen that face before. And like
scared.
Yes. And when you're an only child, like you see it, like there's nowhere to run.
Well, you're in the foxhole with that person. So every reaction.
You've seen all of them.
Yeah, man. Like I remember when my mom would like have money troubles, I immediately knew, even without her saying. She'd be like super stressed out. And I'd be like, are you all right? When you're just little, you're kind of like, are you all right?
Yep.
You don't go like lean in and go, what's going on, Mom? But you do a little, you're their kid and you go like, is everything okay? And sometimes they tell you the truth, and sometimes they know the truth is probably a little too heavy for you to handle. So she probably knew this is too heavy to handle, but now you're 18.
Now I'm 18, exactly. And now it becomes like a bit of a safety issue, because now it's like she goes, they're in communication with whatever that communication is. They're in communication with you.
They got to you.
They got to me. So this has to be said in case they want to befriend you. You should know exactly who he is. So it's really that. Everything she ever did was out of protect, and the first thing that popped up was a Daily News headline. And it was like listed, he was in prison for however many years, the charges that he was in on, and then how he died.
Yeah.
And that was the one, I think that combo. So my mom said it was a car accident.
Sure.
He was found in a trunk.
Got it.
So,
and I don't know if you know this, when you're dying, you don't put yourself in a trunk.
Yeah.
For those of you who are at home,
it is
if you don't go, I'm having a heart attack, click open your trunk and you go, this is where I'm going to lay. A nice little sarcophagus.
I believe it's a car on purpose at that point.
Yeah, it's not an accident. It's a very on purpose.
Yeah.
So when you read that, do you remember, like, was that a traumatic moment for you?
Yeah. It was because it's still, I could still find good in him because it's real, and I do think it is cool. But then, so
did you bring that to your mom?
Yeah.
How did you tell her that you Googled him?
I think I just called her immediately. I think it was so jarring that I called her immediately.
What was her reaction?
She cried.
Immediately.
Yeah, she cried because it's
like I let you down. Like I lied to you.
Like that. And for me, honestly, I was like very grateful that she didn't. I was never in the this is what I mean. Like we were talking earlier about some people's reactions being different. I remember doing a podcast one, like somebody was like, were you mad that your mom lied to you? And it's like, it's such a crazy, like, of course not. Like, this was all done out of protection of me. I never counted them as lies as much as it was like, man, she did the right things with sort of letting this out the way she let it out.
There's a difference between lying, and there's a difference between lying to shield you from things.
Exactly.
And she was just shielding you from the fact that as a little boy, it's good you found out in your 30s.
Yeah.
Because as a little boy, if you find out your father people, it might change your...
100%.
Yeah, I mean, that makes sense. It might change the way you view the world.
You view the world. It also changes, like, you're malleable enough as a little boy to go, like, that's who I am, too.
Because you want to be like that.
Because you want to be like that. Yeah. So it was like, that was kept, that kept me from that. And then she cried in the way of, like you said, like, I let you down. And then it was me crying, too, being like, you didn't. I now understand all of the things, Did
that bring you two closer together? Did the people from that world find out about it?
Yeah. So
they did.
I was saying this to sort of be like, that's when the digging deeper, it was for the sake of myself, but it coincided with doing the show. And that's when like the digging deeper came. And that's when I read the book that is about my family. So a couple years into it, I was doing a show at St. Mark's, I don't know, a couple years ago. Did the show, it was fine. I think it was a New York Comedy Festival show. A couple weeks later, I'm driving with my mom, and she was like, oh, they sent a guy to check out the show. And that was terrifying.
What did that feel like when you found that?
I was freaked, man. And she always, and it was like a phrasing that always kind of stuck with me, where she was like, it's this life of glamour. It is all these things. We sat at the best table. It is like very much like she would describe their first date. It was just like the scene in Goodfellas with Henry Hill.
The table.
Exactly, man. It's exactly that.
It's not funny, but it kind of is that, like, you go from that and then it's just like you're just in the burbs of New Jersey, but you have like Ray Liotta Goodfella voice where you go, and that's us rollerblading. There were guys that were afraid to grind. I was never really afraid to go goofy foot on a pole, like 90s shit. And this is when the X Games are going on. What you have to understand about the X Games is nothing's more extreme than an assassin for a family. You like doing that? Really? It's like Ray Liotta, but suburbs, because you're the end of Goodfellas, where he goes, they call ketchup pasta sauce out here, and everything's fucked.
Yeah.
That's like your mom's life once your dad's killed.
Yeah, it's the Karen monologue.
Yes.
Yeah, exactly. Or the voiceover, rather.
Yeah.
So yeah, they sent someone.
That's so scary.
It was super scary.
But you also wonder, you go, what parts did you laugh at?
Well, that's this. Yeah. So you know, the whole like week after, because I was looking over my shoulder, I was doing all the things that she would talk about. He did. Cause when you're, you know what I mean, when you're worried about your own well-being.
Did you catch yourself doing that?
Yeah, man.
You went, holy shit! It is.
I was petrified, and it got a glimpse of like, it takes a certain amount of constitution to live like that, and I was like, I can't live like I live 6 days of this.
You're calling in your spots but covering your mouth.
Yeah.
You go, how you doing? SDM available Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Smoking a cigarette. And you go, what's going on? You guys got a show at the creek.
Scanning the crowd for gold chains.
Yeah,
man. It was.
Did they ever introduce themselves after seeing the show?
They never introduced themselves, but
so they only had contact with your mom.
They had contact with my mom, and then that's why I asked. I was like, "Well, what did they think?" And she goes, "Oh, not bad." I was kind of.
He's like a New York Times critic.
Yeah.
It's like when I find out Jason Zinnemann watched one of my sets, and I go, "He didn't hate it."
Yeah.
All right. Okay.
That is how it felt, because the stakes
guy could kill me.
Yeah, the stakes of doing this are so drastically different that I was like, I will take it.
Yeah, you don't mind bad reviews.
Awesome.
You go, I got a guy that gave me a good review that'll break your fucking thumbs.
Yeah. I don't mind 3 stars on the Guardian.
Yeah.
It needs of a lot.
Yeah. The British have no idea what their fucking rating system is. You go to Fringe and you go, fuck you.
Yeah, man. So I think on their end, and you know, pretty candid about like, this is going nowhere near you, and there have been opportunities that have arisen which could have, and I've reached out to them to be like, hey, so and so, this could be happening, what's your say on this? And
that's
so
you've done that before.
I've done that.
You've reached out and gone, so and so's interested in this.
Yes.
Is that okay?
Yes.
Have they gone no?
Yes, they have.
They've said absolutely not.
They said absolutely not, and I went,
what a way to turn down something where you go, you know, that idea we had ain't gonna happen. And they go, says who? And you go, people that'll make you, how can I put this politely, take you off this earth. I think the best way I could say this is, you won't be around. This isn't because that's what's funny about the world that you're describing is filled with respect and danger in a very real way. Respect isn't tossed around. It's not this idea of, and then you're going with the fakest fucking business on the planet. Where you have people that are just trying to prove that they're valuable in any way, shape, or form. In some ways, a lot more cutthroat than that business. Where they just go like, I need this, I'll kick you under the bus.
Right.
To have those people to go, because when I don't want to do something, they go, why don't you want to do something? And you go, because I just don't think it's, I don't like it. I don't think it'll be this. But they go, well, because I'll get killed. And they go, okay.
It's like having kids and canceling plans.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like you have this like built-in thing that just trumps everything, that there's no argument. I just, it's always like they have